Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out some of the Urban Decay and Prince collaboration items. So I picked up the primer, I picked up the all-nighter setting powder, and then I picked up two of the eyeshadow palettes. I also picked up the white eyeliner, huge eyeliner, right? I have tried this out before, and I'll give you kind of like a little tidbit of this at the end, but I did not use this in today's video. It has been a while since I picked these up. Urban Decay is already starting to kind of discontinue some of these items just because it was a limited edition set. I believe this came out in like April of 2021, to be honest with you. That was like the 5-year anniversary of Prince's death. I believe that's when it came out. Don't quote me on that, but that would have been 5 years. So anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this makeup look, I'm gonna give you guys some swatches, prices, and then we're gonna do a demo, and then we'll have like first impressions at the very end of the video. So if you're interested in that, then just stick around. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to catch all my future videos. And without further ado. Alright guys, so I have already heated up my coffee once today. We have got to go ahead and get started. So far, the only thing that I've done on my face, I have on my moisturizer, and then I did, just for the sake of this video, since we're doing Urban Decay products, I put on a little sample of the Urban Decay all-nighter primer. And I do feel like it took a little bit of my glow away. I feel like it made me like more matte. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I haven't really used that primer, or if I have, it's been so long I don't remember. But anyway, the star of today's show, as you can tell by the title, is Prince. Now, I am a huge Prince fan. In general, just something about me is that I love oldies music. I listen to it all the time. I think as far as like feel-good music goes, that's where it's at. Like Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, Jackson 5, Michael Jackson in general, Prince. Those are some of my favorite artists. And so, you know, I had to pick up this collection, and I'm so excited to try it out. I think the first thing we're gonna do is gonna be the eyes, because Prince is like always got like that dramatic type makeup, right? Those smoky eyes. So that was really something that I wanted to go for in this look. So I'm gonna pull you guys in a little bit closer, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I have you guys pulled in a little bit closer. The only thing that I've done is prep my eyelids with the MAC Painterly paint pot. It makes such a difference. It just smooths the eyes out and gives you like a nice base to work off of. So let's talk about these palettes. This one here, I feel like is more of your everyday palette. This is the, I don't see like a name for this one, to be honest with you, but anyway, there is a black casing, and then there is the purple version. So if we look at this one, obviously you are going to have a more purple type of a color story, and I think that this is the one that I'm going to use. Purple Rain is one of my all-time favorite songs, so I'm nerding out a little bit, and I really want to go into that one. But this one is beautiful as well. As you can tell, this is more one that I would use, like I said, every day. This crease shade is gorgeous. You've got this nice like brightener. You also have a like top coat transformer type shade, or you know, like a brow highlight, or even like an inner corner highlight. And then you've got these nice like smoky colors. So you can put this in the crease, smudge this as like a smoky liner with any of these lid shades, and then of course you have your brighteners, like I said, to brighten things up. But I think that these color stories were really thought out, This palette retails for $55. Now, I waited way too long to use these products and way too long to film these products. Some of these items are already going out of stock, so you'll just have to look around, like on, if you don't have this and you want to pick it up, on like Ulta's website or Urban Decay's website themselves. I know that they have one of these palettes marked down 50%, and I can't remember if it's this one or this one, but they only have one version of it on their website, and I'm pretty sure that Ulta, I think, has the other one, so, but it's full price. So something to check out if you're interested. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and give you some swatches. All right, I think I'm just gonna try to do the swatches of like each palette down my arm just for the sake of time, so maybe hopefully I can get them all here and looking decent. The first palette that I'm going to go into is the darker, like everyday version type of this palette, and the first color is Sexy Dancer, which is just like a matte cream color. Then you have got Crystal Ball, and those are the two that I said would be like your brighteners in this palette. Then you have Ender the Machine. I don't know what's up with that color, but wow, that is like a nice poppy color. All right, then you have Get Off. Oh, look at that, it's gorgeous. Then you have Love to the Nines, nice matte, like cool tone brown. And then you have Shakadelica, which is this like plummy burgundy-ish type of a brown, but do you see how it's got kind of like a burgundy undertone to it? Then you have Groovy Potential, which is like a matte purple with a ton of gold reflex in there. The Artist, which is kind of like a dark slate blue. Bold Generation, which is like a black with a ton of like gold, or not gold, like silver reflex in it. That's a pretty interesting color. And then finally you have got So Dark. So this is the color story that you're looking at here for the more neutral type of a palette. All right, next up I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this palette here. All right, first up we have got Alphabet Street, which is like a nice matte blush pink type of a shade. Then we got Get Your Groove On, which is like a, almost looks like a duochrome type of a shade. You guys see that? Like a little bit clumpy right there. But you see how it's like, it's kind of like a bluish purple. And then you have When Doves Cry, which is a nice bright white. And that would probably be like a really nice transformer type shade if you put this over a dark matte. All right, you've got Funkin' Roll, nice matte purple. Oh my god, that blue is lovely. Computer Blue. Raspberry Beret. Oh, I love that color, guys, and I love that song. That is like one of my all-time favorite songs. I feel like you cannot listen to that song and be in a bad mood. All right, then we have Dmsr, which is another one of those like transformer type of shades. Then we've got Baby I'm a Star, which is a purple, like a metallic type purple with a ton of different color reflex in there. Then you have got Delirious, which is a nice metallic, darkish, plum purple shade. And finally, you have got Indigo Nights. So absolutely stunning. Love this color story here. Alright guys, I could definitely see mixing these two palettes for a look, but I think for the sake of this video, if you're only picking up one, I would really like to stick to one palette to create a full look so that you know that you can do it at home if you have this palette. So let's go ahead and get started. Right. So first up, I'm going to go into this color here, which is Alphabet Street. And I think that purples and like oranges or peaches, they just look so good together. And like I said, I really want to do like a purple smoky look. I also love the blue in this palette, but the rest of the stuff that I had picked out for this look was kind of based off of purple, so that's what we're gonna go with. And this color is blending out beautifully. This is a nice transition shade if you are close to my skin tone. Yeah, no complaints on how that blended out. That blended out seamlessly, like no effort from me, so I'm down with that. All right, I think that next up I want to go in with this shade right here, Funk and Roll. And guys, whenever I put on eyeshadows, just in general, I don't usually like, you know, say this, but I just tap into these. They are so pigmented these days. Like, you do not need to be swirling your brush in there. You're just wasting product. You're disrupting it. You're making it crumble. Literally tapping into it, you get everything that you need, I promise, and sometimes even more than you need. So I'm just gonna take this shade and I'm gonna start packing this over here in this outer corner. But what I'm also doing is bringing this up, and I'm literally just tapping this in the shape of my eye. So I'm literally pressing the brush around my eyeball, and that is going to be where my exact crease is, obviously. So that's all I'm doing. I'm gonna build this up just a little bit. I just want to get the base kind of outline for the purple that I'm going to put on. And then you've got like a nice little transition as well, from the peach to the purple. So where that line ends, I'm not applying any additional product, and I'm just tapping around those lines. And you will see that that line is just softening. Okay, and then after you do that, if you want to build up the lower portion of the color, you can. Not like, you know, disrupting that blend that you just did, but just adding a little bit more pigment right below that. There we go. All right, now I think what I'm going to do is go in with my finger, and I'm gonna go into the shade Baby I'm a Star. Love this shade here, so pretty. And you can see it, look at all of those silver reflex in there. All right, so do you see all of those like blue reflex in there too? That is such a unique shade. Now I think I'm going to take my finger again, and I'm going to go into the shade Dmsr. So here is this one. It's like a little bit lighter of a shade, and I'm going to tap this right on the center just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then with a clean finger, I'm just gonna kind of tap around those edges. Not really blending it outward, literally just tapping along the edge like we did up here. And that is just going to blend that in nicely. So that's really about it, guys. Let's see. I'll maybe try to take this Delirious shade on a little smudger brush. And let's see how this works, if it will really show up. I think I tapped too much of that off. Okay. I'm just gonna put this Delirious shade right at the lash line. So this is kind of one of those parts where I was like, you could mix these two palettes together because the black from that other shade would come in really handy about now. But yeah, there is that look. I honestly liked it better before we put that Delirious shade down. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna catch up this other eye, and then we'll be back to use some more of these products. All right, guys, we are back. The eyes are mostly done. All right, so now we are gonna go ahead and start off with this primer. So this only comes in one shade, and I don't even see a shade name, to be honest with you, but this is just the Liquid Face and Décolletage Luminizer is what it says. So you can use this multiple different ways, and by the way, this retails for $32. So this is 1.35 fluid ounces. That's a huge size actually for a highlighter. Usually like liquid highlighters are half an ounce, right? So this is $32. That's a really good price for the amount of product that you're getting. And I know that Ulta has this available. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a swatch of this. All right, and as I was saying, this comes in, feels very, very smooth. My skin is still stained from that pink eyeshadow yesterday, from that Makeup Revolution and e.l.f. palette. But yeah, this is the color here. And I think you need to shake this up, which I did not do. So I'm gonna shake this up and do a swatch right beside it, and we're gonna see if it gets any glowier. I don't know if it will, but I was like reading reviews and somebody said to do that. They said it made a big difference. So we're about to see. All right, so this is with shaking it. Looks the same to me, guys. So I'm just saying. All right, so you can tell on my skin tone that's kind of dark actually, but I was reading, especially from like older women, that they were enjoying this highlighter because it didn't emphasize any texture. It just looked smooth and like a lit from within type of a glow. So anyway, with liquid highlighters in general, you can use these in multiple different ways. So one way that I like to use them is, I have like a little liquid highlighter from Algenist. This was like a little sample I got forever ago. This stuff is so blinding, and if you put it on the high points of your face before you put on your foundation, it will just like glow through and make you look like dewy and illuminated through your foundation. Now with this, because it is more of like a skin tone type of a color, whereas this is very brightening and this is like really opaque, this I think is more of like a just general glowy type mix-in product. So I'm going to mix this in with my foundation. I also think that I'm going to try to apply this like on top of our finished face as well as a highlighter, just to see how that works. So I'm just putting a few pumps of my Smashbox 24-hour Studio Skin Hydro Foundation. Ooh, it's actually a lot. But I'm going to mix some of this in there as well. And I'm just going to take my finger and mix this up. I used way too much foundation. But I wanted to make sure I had enough to like mix around. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and dot this all over my face, just like I normally would. We'll see if it looks any glowier than normal. All right, I think the rest of this I'm just going to wipe off. All right, and then I am just going to take my It Cosmetics little flat top foundation kabuki type brush and pat this into the skin. And as you can see, this is giving me like a nice glow. Yeah, usually it does not glow like that. That is beautiful. Really nice effect. So what are some of your guys' favorite songs from Prince? I love the song Kiss. I love Pretty Woman, and that song, that's how I know that song, to be honest with you. That was the first time I ever heard that song, and it has just always stuck with me. I love it so much. I love this mix-in too. Okay, but anyway, I also love Purple Rain, Raspberry Beret, When Doves Cry. Such good classics. I hate that he is not with us anymore. I feel like we lost such talent, just as, you know, a country when we lost Prince and Michael Jackson. So talented. All right. He was only 57. That is really sad. That is not old enough. All right, so here we go. This is the finished look. I really like the effect, guys. It does definitely add some glow. I mean, look at that. It's like you don't even need a highlighter, right? So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and grab my concealer, put on some of that, and then we'll be back for the powder. All right, now that I have my concealer on, and by the way, I just used my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in shade 12N, just what I normally have been using. Now we are gonna go ahead and go in with the Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. So this is the one that is in the Prince collection. This is not like a different formula. It is the same powder as their original. It is just in limited edition packaging. So same product, same weight, all of that. I don't remember how much this individual one was, but it's discontinued, so does it really matter? The price of this one, which again you can pick up, is $34. This is what the powder itself looks like. I have never used this one, so we'll see. It looks like a dark color. We will see if this changes the color of our foundation. I'm really hoping not. So I'm just going to use the same powder brush that I always do, and I'm going to go ahead and start setting the center of my face and under my eyes. Now, let's see here. I don't think it really makes too much of a difference, but you can see this side is definitely set down. It might have made it a little bit darker, but it's not bad, as you can tell. I mean, I've got this side of my face done, and I don't have under this eye, so we'll go ahead and set that down. But I will say it looked like perfecting that side of my face looked just better in comparison to the other. So it does have like, it has to have some blurring technology or something to it. Definitely blurring. But I will say it does kind of look powdery. So I'm going to use something that is just going to meld all of this together, like a really good, like wet type of setting spray. All right, so everything is definitely set down. I feel like this is not going to move. I don't feel like it altered the color of my foundation really, maybe the slightest little bit, but yeah, pretty nice. I'm okay with that powder for sure. It doesn't feel thick on my face, doesn't feel like I'm all caked up, but definitely I feel like this stuff is set in and she ain't budging. If you're interested in picking up this powder that is still available, this goes on sale all the time at Ulta in the 21 days of beauty sale, so just be on the lookout for that if you want to pick it up at like a discount. But yeah, I am pretty impressed with that powder actually, and you can still see even through that like super setting like waterproof powder, you can still see that glow coming through. So really impressed with that. If you used even like a less like mattifying ish type of a powder, like, let me pull one out. If you used like a mineralized skin finish powder, like you would be so freaking glowy. But yeah, I can still see the glow. That's so nice. I am gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then we will be back to finish off this collection. All right, so the bronzer that I put on is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is before they reformulated, but I do love her bronzers. This is in the shade Khaki. I have used this before on my channel. It is just like a nice, light, cooler type of a bronzer. And I like to pull this out whenever I'm doing cool tone looks. So there is that. For the blush, I pulled out a previous like NARS holiday palette. This is the NARS Overlust palette, and I am using the shade, it's so hard to tell the way they put the names on these. This is the shade that I used right here for my blush, and it is in the shade Let It Burn. Again, just like a nice, cool mauvey pink, and NARS cheek products are so freaking bomb. All right, for the brows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Medium Brown, and I think that gets us all caught up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. So I just have a little Makeup Forever eyeliner pencil here. This is in the shade 904 Worldly Mauve. So I am going to see if I can just draw this on. It's creamy enough. And it is going on. Not like super pigmented or anything, but definitely not like a Marc Jacobs liner. And there we go. Got that on, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go back into our palette, and I'm gonna go into Delirious, this shade here. Now I'm gonna get that on like a little smudgy brush. I'm gonna get under those lashes if I can, and I'm just gonna try to smudge this color out. Okay, and then what I might do is take a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into that first crease shade that we used, that Alphabet Street, And I'm gonna see if I can get this literally just like right along the edge of that purple. So it's actually gonna go down, you know, quite low. All right, then I think I'm gonna go into the shade right here, When Doves Cry, just to see how this works. Not guaranteeing this is gonna be a good outcome, but I'm just kind of patting this color right here, right on the inner corner. It's not bad, I guess. And then I'm gonna get a little bit more of that color and just gonna sweep it right here. All right, so I think that that's where I'm gonna end it with the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up the other eye, put on my mascara, and we'll be back. All right, guys, now we're gonna try this highlighter topically apply, I guess you would say. So, I guess again, I should probably shake it up just since, yeah, it says to do that. And I'm just gonna put like a tiny bit on my hand, and I'm gonna take, this is just a dry beauty blender, and I'm gonna like spread this out, and I'm just going to apply this right to the high points of my face. And I'm looking in the mirror just to make sure this isn't pulling up any of the product that I have underneath. And it did not. And look at that glow. Guys, I might want to pick up another one of these just as like a backup, because this is beautiful. I'm glad that they give you so much in this little container. So I'm gonna go ahead, blend this out, and put this right here on the tops of my cheeks. And I am just like dotting this on my face, as you can tell. Okay. Gorgeous. Holy shit. I usually am not even that big of a fan of liquid highlighters, to be honest with you. Wow, that is really freaking pretty. I didn't put anything on my brow because usually I put my highlighter. Just gonna dot a little bit of that up there. That really didn't do anything. I think I'm gonna go in, and I guess I will use that like white. I'll really tap that off, especially now that we've got a little bit of wetness right there. Just going to apply the tiniest little bit of that white shade from this palette, When Doves Cry, to the back of my brow. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention the mascara that I used is the NARS Climax, and it's a pretty good one. I did not set my face yet, and this honestly messed up when I did my mascara first when I tried it out, but I'm gonna try this again because I did really like the glow that this product gave. So I'm just gonna shake this up. This is the I Heart Revolution and e.l.f. Long Stay Fixing Spray. Smells like cotton candy and is so nice. Alright guys, so this is the completed makeup look. You'll have to let me know what you think down below. I am happy to announce that this setting spray did not make my mascara transfer, so that's awesome. And the lipstick that I chose was from MAC, and it is Men Love Mystery. I always love any excuse to pull this lipstick out. I happen to love purple lipsticks. You guys will have to let me know if that's just me. But anyway, I am really happy with the finished look. Let's go ahead and talk about these products. I would like to mention I did not use one of these products, although I have used this actual one previously. This is a huge eyeliner. They do still have this available. This retails for $25, and as you will see, it is just like a nice bright white eyeliner. You can use this with a deep dark smoky eye, like right on the inner rim, and then it's just going to brighten up your eyes. You could also use this as like a base, like you guys have seen me do with black eyeliner generally on my lids, and popping a eyeshadow on top of that. You could do the same type of deal with this, and it is going to make the color like brighter. I could see doing that with like a neon, like orange or something like that. That would make that junk pop. But yeah, I did not use this today, so let me go ahead and put that away. All right, the star of the show for me has got to be this highlighter. And honestly, if you look at reviews like online, this does not get rave reviews. A lot of people did not like this, and I think it's maybe because they're not using it properly or something. I'm not sure, but for me, on top of makeup, like a fully set face, this went on fine. I really liked it mixed in with my foundation, and then like I mentioned, you could use this on bare skin before you apply foundation. You could mix this in with a tinted moisturizer or just a moisturizer in general if you just want to go out the door but you want to look a little bit glowy. So this is a really versatile product. I didn't even put this on my skin here. I probably should have. Let's go ahead and do that while I go ahead and I'll finish talking about the rest of these products as well. All right, so it just adds a glow. I don't know. I freaking really enjoy this product though. It's nothing like over the top. It's just like, what is that? What has she got on? You know what I mean? It's not even identifiable, you know? It literally just blends in with the skin. And that is the type of highlighters that I really like. As you can tell, those are the ones that I get excited about, the ones that look more natural, but you know that they've got something on, you know what I mean? Those are the type of highlighters that I like. So I really like this one, and I am not a liquid highlight like lover, you know what I mean? It's not something that I use all the time, but I think I'm gonna keep this out probably on my desk, so that I continue to use that because I did really enjoy that product. Next up was the setting powder, and I seriously thought that this was going to transform the color of my concealer, of my foundation in general. I thought it was going to really deepen that up. It really didn't. Maybe like the slightest little bit, but nothing to even mention. This powder set everything down. I do not feel like anything is going to move. I feel like I am set for the day. No worries with this powder. Wasn't cakey, didn't look too powdery. Like if you really looked up close at my face, you could see the powder, but now that I have setting spray on, really just blended everything in and looks seamless. So really like that powder as well. You can't get it in this packaging unless you get it from like Mercari or something like that, eBay, Amazon, but this powder in general, you can get the all-nighter setting powder, and it retails for $34. And then the palettes. I can't really speak to this one because I did not try it today, but I did try this one, and I freaking love this eye look. Even though it's colorful, Like, I feel fine wearing this. I would wear this out, no problem. No, I still love it with this lip too. I was gonna say, if anything, I might change the lip color to something a little bit more muted, but like my MAC Laissez-Faire, that's another bomb one that could have gone with this. But anyway, these colors were gorgeous. I really would love to do a look with this Raspberry Beret as well as this Indigo Nights. Those colors are so bomb from this palette as well. I used 5 of the 10 colors. This does retail for $55. So with only 10 colors, that's $5.50 an eyeshadow. It is a little bit pricier of an eyeshadow in general, but I do really love the colors, and I think that they're very unique. Like, there are a ton of micro glitters in here. Some of them were a little bit crumbly, like this one in particular, this white. However, everything really worked very well. You can see how brightening that white is. So yeah, I am a fan of this palette, and I don't know what happened to that color. It was like a little bit chipped in there. But anyway, I really would love to use this palette as well. Specifically this Shakadelica. I think that would be such a beautiful smoky eye, or even like a combination of those two. If you guys are interested in seeing a look with this palette, please let me know. But I was really impressed with everything that I tried. The only thing that I will say is these are a little bit pricey. The packaging is nice, but you have got like this raised clasp here. So again, as like a collector, I don't really love packaging that has anything additional added to it that is going to prevent like stacking, but these do still stack pretty freaking compact. So it's not a huge gripe, and it is something unique, but it is something to point out also. So anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.